Very excited to be joined by one of our favorites, Heat big man, Bam Adebayo, joining the show. Bam, thanks for the time, man. Really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be having my back a lot of times, so I appreciate y'all too. Now, Leroy sometimes you got to play devil's advocate. I get it, but yo,
That's
BT my side.
that's what he does, man. I wish he was here to defend himself, but even he was like, "Oh, you're going too hard on Marcus Smart with this whole Defensive Player of the Year thing." I'm like, "Bam's the guy." He goes, "You're only saying that because you're in Miami." And maybe that's so. I don't know, man. I can't put myself in the shoes if I was in Boston because I would never want to be in Boston. So I just am going through what I'm going through, man. But I definitely think that you are the Defensive Player of the Year. I think you deserve it. And that's just what it is right now, man. So, I know you're not a big campaigner yourself. Someone's got to do it.
That's why I pick you every time. I appreciate you.
What do you think, though, Bam, in this whole thing? When people are looking at Defensive Player of the Year or just good defenders in general, what's the most overrated thing people look at and say, "Oh, that's what makes a good defender"? And then what's the thing that's most underrated that people don't realize that's truly what makes an elite defender?
I think block shots to me is overrated in a sense. I think that's overrated. Underrated, I think the dudes who get stops. I feel like that's the most underrated thing about defense. Like they look at steals, blocks, and that's it. They don't look at a guy could average under a block and under a steal, but affect the whole side of that court. Like me personally, I just feel like when I get stops, that's defense. Like when I guard somebody one-on-one and get a stop, that's a stop. Like that's defense. But that's not charted. So that's what I think is underrated. Dudes who really get stops.
Did you feel yourself getting even better on defense this year? Because I feel like we've all been like, oh, the Bam offensive development and all this stretch of range and all that type of stuff. But like, I don't know, man. I feel like some of the recoveries I've seen you do, like it feels like you've even hit like another level of that. How much do you feel like you maybe even hit another level defensively?
I feel like I've, being around PJ, Jimmy, and Kyle, of course, I feel like you're going to, if you really look at their tendencies on that side of the court, I feel like you can improve as a defender any day. Like, sometimes I play in passing lanes and just by gambling, but it's because, looking from Jimmy, how many steals he gets in the passing lane just by like, dog, you just got to read his eyes and look at certain situations and be like, this is the only way they can throw the ball. Looking at it from that standpoint, from PJ guarding somebody, PJ was like, man, you got to play mind games. You can't give him the same look, this, that, and third. And then Kyle obviously, leads the team in charges. Being that low guy, being able to take a charge and not be a block. I feel like those three guys have helped me, become a better defender.
What is it with you guys in the charges though, man? Like you're overwhelmingly like leading the league. Like, is there some kind of? I know you guys don't practice a ton this year, but like, is there some kind of ritual you go through in Heat culture where like you have to take as many charges in a training camp, at some time at 3 a.m. in the dark? Because it's insane how good you guys are at this.
It's you have two guys though that been doing it their whole career, Cal and PJ, obviously. Then you have Jimmy, and then everybody else. I feel like it's a sacrifice thing. We want to win it bad. We're willing to give up our bodies for our teammates. Take a charge, hit the ground, get up, and run back on the other end. And I feel like that's why we lead the league in charges. A lot of guys don't want to take those hits. A lot of guys would rather just move out the way, let them get 2 points, and try to get it back on the other end. We sacrifice.
For this team, Bam, you guys obviously came in with big expectations, adding PJ, adding Kyle. The expectation was championship. And you guys have stayed basically at the top of the East now for a while. How has it been being, as far as you have been, because it's not the playoffs, it's just keeping your expectations as opposed to maybe the bubble team or the finals run team that kind of snuck up on people. Like people weren't expecting that team to go as deep. this team definitely has, contender championship expectations.
I mean, 1 through 15, number one goal is to win. So I feel like that's the reason why we've been so high in the season. And we got guys who buy into our system. We got guys that are willing, like I said before, sacrifice their bodies, sacrifice, shots, minutes for the sake of winning. So that's why I feel like we've been at the top so long, because we're willing to sacrifice for one another and everybody's pure.
Have you been surprised though, like how deep you guys have come through? Like I know you're close with Gabe. The step up he's had this year has been amazing. Strus has obviously been incredible. Caleb Martin came out of nowhere. Like, at what point did you realize, oh man, like these guys are going to be able to contribute for us the whole way through?
You can see it from training camp. Gabe being with Kyle made him a better point guard. Just by, how he reads the game, talking to Kyle every day and, watching film with him. Same thing with Max and Duncan and the shooting coach, the same way with Caleb. And I don't talk to Caleb that much, but I'm the plan. But him, like, everybody's trying to better themselves every day. The 1% sounds cliche, but it's real. Like, dudes get in here after working out, they go watch film. Before games, they're watching film. After games, they're watching films. On a plane, we all watching film in our individual iPads. And so you see 1 through 15 doing that. Obviously, we're going to get better because we communicate to one another. Hey, man, what you think about this? And how about we do this and switch this up? And our staff does a great job of buying in to us, adapting to what we were talking about.
It's not that you guys haven't dealt with adversity this year, because certainly between you having to get the thumb injury, Jimmy was in and out with injury. So you guys went through a lot of physical adversity this year, but the 4-game losing streak, how important do you think that was just to kind of face some emotional adversity? You had the Jimmy blow up. You guys had some really ugly losses in that, and you've kind of flipped it on its head, and you've now gone on this run now. How important do you think facing that adversity was for this team to go through some challenges with some bad losses?
Every team has to go through it. Now, did we want it to be the end of the year? No. But it was the first time we've actually had a full team, and we had to go through that. When we were going through it, I was out, Jimmy be out, Kyle be out, Tyler be out, Keith was out, Victor's out. Like, we had so many moving parts, and it was kind of like, all right, we can fill and replace if we lose this. We're going to get it together. But this is the first time we had adversity when we're all fully healthy. And it was healthy for us. Like I said, we needed that. We needed that losing streak to be like, nah, this is bull. And that adversity will bring out your true character. And as you see, we turned it around. What are we? 5 straight?
Yep.
5, yeah. So 5 straight, and that's us. We went through the adversity. We're over it now.
Was there any speech, like any film session or anything like that, or was it just getting down to business? Like, was there anything super dramatic about it, or you guys knew what you had to do?
Yeah, it wasn't super dramatic. It was just we hold each other to that standard. And we want to meet that standard every game. So obviously we're not meeting the standard and not playing to the level of competition we play at. Everybody's going to be frustrated. That, like, everybody's blowing up about the situation that happened out there. That's us on a Tuesday practice. Like, that's normal for us. Like, that's just who we are. We want to win that bad, and it's frustrating that we aren't playing the way we're supposed to play. Yeah, we're going to blow up. Coach is going to be pissed. Players going to be pissed. That's common. So I feel like that was, just a moment where everybody just, got their frustration out and then smoothed everything else out. Like I said, you play for the Miami Heat, we do have, that crazy stigma where, like, they be having 5-on-5 practices in the middle of January. Well, we have done that, but to us, it's competition. That's what makes us rise to the top of the competitive nature. That's what gets us going.
Do you have a most memorable practice blow up with your teammate? Like one that really just always sticks in your mind?
I mean, we done had so many. It's
It's too much.
It's hard to it's hard to give one. Matter of fact, today, UD was up there. He was up there scrimmaging. Of course, I was working out, but I could, one thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk about to UD. It's bound to happen. He talks his to me. Obviously, we all heard it. We all know it. That's just our relationship. But when we're in between them lines, that's when it gets personal. And we had a blow up. I mean, it wasn't a blow up, but he blew up. And it's just, but come down here, shower, it's over with. Like it stays on the court because that's where, that's what guys, feed their families. That's what we eat at. So, a guy going at you when you're trying to do your job, we take that personal.
When did you get to the point with Udonis where you would just mess with him? Did this happen immediately in your Heat tenure? Is it the last couple of years? Because you guys are messing with each other at all points. Like you really do like agitating him.
Yeah, 100%. I burns him up too, and I enjoy every minute of it. I would say from my rookie year, he really took me under his wing. Because everybody else knows I didn't play that much my rookie year. So he was kind of a guy I could gravitate to and talk about it. And he was in the trenches with me when I was working out, wasn't playing. When I was running suicides, he was running it with me. So just having that type of connection, I know I can aggravate him because we've been through so much in my tenure. And obviously, I'm not nowhere near that tenure he's at. But in my 5 years, we've been in the trenches, so it's love at the end of the day. I'm gonna bug the hell out of him though, and he know it. He know I'm gonna bother him at least once or twice a day, every day.
Good luck coming up in the playoffs. It's been a hell of a year for you. Obviously, we definitely think you should be Defensive Player of the Year. So good luck in the upcoming awards. I mean, first team all defense. It'd be a slap in the face if you're not there. Like in all honesty, man.
Exactly. That's a slap. Now, if I'm not first team, well, you know what I'm gonna say. That's disrespectful. If they put me on second team, I'm disrespected. At that point, it's politics, and you can't change my mind on that.
We appreciate it, man. Thanks for the time, man. Good luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it.